And so my guests today are certainly doing amazing work to increase awareness, to try to make the changes with what's going on. And we have just some amazing guests, and I'm excited because I believe that there is hope for the world and that things are changing. And so I want to introduce my guest today, Jenna Kelly, Chip Cummins. Jenna, your organization again is the...
It's called Climb for Conservation.
And Chip, no stranger to the community, our day, so very exciting with what's going on. Jenna, start off with your organization. You've done some expeditions, climbed some mountains, different things like that. What got you going with this focus that you're doing? And what are you accomplishing, or what are you hoping to accomplish?
Well, like you said, I am just deeply passionate about the environment and conservation and figuring out a sustainable way to live on this planet. And a couple years ago, I was inspired to start this nonprofit called Climb for Conservation. So what we do is plan mountain climbs for different conservation causes. And our first expedition was up Mount Kilimanjaro, which is the tallest mountain in Africa. And we did that last December, took 14 women, and we raised awareness and over $30,000 for the endangered African black rhino,
Wow.
which is going extinct.
Scary.
Which will be extinct in 10 years if we don't do something now. So we picked the rhino because most people are focusing on the elephants and some other species there, and we really wanted to raise awareness. So we got together 14 amazing eco women from all over the country and really made a statement. And then our last expedition was to Machu Picchu, and we trekked there for a week and raised awareness about the threatened jaguar species, which is also being threatened by habitat loss. So each different mountain that we climb, we pick a different species or a different cause.
So either animals or, like you said, or a cause type of situation also, huh?
Yes, it could be land conservation, water conservation. It's just the past two we've picked species, but we're planning lots in the future. Right now we are going up Aconcagua in Argentina, which is the tallest mountain outside of the Himalayas. And
Wow. Okay.
we're getting a small group together for that, and that's a really big climb. It's 2 weeks and really hard, cold temperatures, so that'll be tough. It's up to 22,000 feet.
Wow.
And then next summer we're going to go to Mount Elbrus in Russia and do that climb. And then we're going to plan different climbs in Colorado, maybe a trek around Aspen and some of the 14ers and things like that. So we've got lots going on and a lot in the works right now.
Right. How are people receiving this type of, these efforts and different things? I'm thinking in some of these different countries, do you meet resistance, or are most people pretty supportive, or what's?
Most people have been very supportive. And everyone in Africa, Chip actually went too.
Yeah. So, yeah, fascinating. Yeah. What are some of the other big issues that working with here?
Well, I mean, conservation is a big one. Like Chip said, the 6th grade extinction is what I've been trying to focus on.
So explain that a little bit for people, because I haven't really heard that term. What's the 6th grade extinction?
Well, we've moved into the 6th grade extinction, scientists say, and in 2100, half of the world's species may be extinct.
Wow.
So we are losing so many species every single day. And, it's mainly due to climate change and human-induced causes and population growth and habitat loss for all these species. So that's what we talk about. We're having, a couple different panels at our day talking about this and how we can solve it, and renewable energy is one solution. It's one way.
So with these type of topics that we've been talking about here, and you go over to Kilimanjaro and the different places, you're talking about going to Russia and different, how do you find what we're talking about here, these topics, being accepted and incorporated in those, I'm going to call them societies or different countries and so forth? What's their attitude and their approaches? Do they see it as dire as we're talking about here, or are they kind of go, oh, really? I didn't know about that.
Well, everywhere we've been so far, I think they have seen it just as dire.
Really?
And I think most people around the world are understanding that this is a crisis and that we need to do something about it now. And with my organization, I want to focus on inspiring people and focusing on the positive and what we can do. And so what we're trying to do is just raise awareness, get people excited, get people outside doing something that they love, for a meaningful cause. And so we're not focusing so much on the negative, but what we can do to just get people excited about making a difference in the world.
So is this more from a grassroots situation, people, as opposed, you're not necessarily going into governments and dealing that approach. This is
Right.
more from people. So how do people get involved to support and work with your organization?
Well, multiple ways. First, if they hear about a climb that they want to join, we're advertising all our different climbs, and we've had people from all over the country contacting us to get involved. Tons of people in Aspen have been involved and very supportive, and we've put on lots of different fundraising events and galas and parties in town. And so we're just getting the local community here excited, but then also everyone around the country.
What's the website for your organization? I'm assuming that that's where you
Yes.
get a lot of your information out, and people can get on email lists and so forth. So what's the website?
climbforconservation.org.
Climb for Concert. Okay.
And we have a Facebook page too. But
Okay.
the website, and we're looking for anyone who's interested in helping us in any way. So volunteers and all sorts. So,
Arms are open, huh, for
Yes.
this time? Yeah, there's plenty of room for everybody to help.
and
with
you'll
this.
have to join us at some point.
Yeah. No, that's why I, because I had seen some of your climbs, I guess Machu Picchu and things, and it just, the energy or what you were talking about was very intriguing, and it seemed as though gaining momentum and a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm about it. So, yeah. So we've got our closing moments here. Closing thoughts, closing invites, takeaways for the people, for your organization.
I would love for anyone who's interested to join us on a future climb. Go to climbforconservation.org. We're looking for all levels of climbers and people who are committed and excited about conservation and
Great.
raising awareness.
Great.
And also with our day, we're going to have a great panel on Sunday afternoon with some athletes, extreme athletes, including Mike Marolt, Chris Klug, Luis Benitez, and another polar explorer. And they're going to be talking about how adventure and sports can be a way to raise awareness about environmental issues. So.